What's up, summoners? King Blair here. Today we're gonna be talking about this new patch that just dropped. So it's a pretty big patch, but it's like it changes a lot, but it doesn't add new content, if that makes any sense. So it's like big, but it's not like holy cow, the game is forever changed. It's more like a quality of life improvement, which is really good, but it's a big quality of life improvement. So it is important that you guys know, and I'm gonna be breaking down the things you need to look out for. So starting off, Arena Season 2 been announced, starts next week. But they already did lower the cost of the charms in the shop. So if you have your Arena Conquest points, do use them because you can't get the equipment. The new equipment that drops, when they show it, you won't be able to get it without using the new event currency. So just know you can use your Conquest points now. Remember guys, use those Conquest points. You can't get the equipment unless it's the new thing, like with the new currency. So use that for charms, especially right now that you can remove equipment for free, make your units good. You know, you don't need to rush. Just use them for charms, get the equipment, like good equipments, of course. Leveled up, get your units good. So one thing they did do, they made it easier to climb. So that's nice, you know, I like that. So now it's like, you know how they used to reset every week? The reset is not as hard. So you won't just tank whenever it's over. Like if you're bronze 1, like you won't drop straight to bronze 5 anymore. You're gonna drop to like halfway. So it's a lot easier to climb, which is good because that gives you guys goals. The other thing is they're increasing the rewards, the sky stones, which is, you know, I like it. I was just getting, so I was at the 450 bracket and now we're getting 8. Like I'm gonna be getting 600. That's nuts. I think they're doing this because they know that there's so many units in the game. And it's not easy to 6-star, so they know like you need to be able to summon more, especially because the rates are mediocre. So like they're kind of fixing the issue of like low drop rates with giving you more opportunities to summon, especially like the later you go on in the game. So that's good, you know. That's something that I do feel like they should give users the chance to summon more, get more sky stones, or even just use more energy so you can 6-star faster. Helps free to play a lot, which is that this is huge for free to play because now it's like, hey, you have an incentive, you have a goal you can focus on if you want more gems. Overall, I don't want to discuss too much about Arena because this is more of like next week's patch, but just know that you should be using your Conquest points because the charms already got reduced in price. I checked, and all this other stuff, it's like quality of life stuff, and you just get like, oh, you get Hall of Fame, and their season doesn't start till next week, so we can't really talk much about like the new updates. But now let's talk about the hero balancing changes. So I'm not going to go over all of them because there is a lot of them. And I don't want to make this video a 3-hour video. I want to make it like snippet for you guys of things that you should look out for. Of course, if you have these units and you see it, please read it and decide whether it's like worth it or not. But these are the ones that I read through and I'm like, okay, this is actually impactful. Biggest one is the only unit that they nerfed, which I'm going to talk about it for a second. They only nerfed Fracking Cleary, and like I feel like this is bad and good. They didn't gut her, so she's still good, and we're gonna talk why you should keep her. But they definitely like, why only Fracking Cleary, man? Like, she's the one free-to-play unit that everyone can use everywhere. And yes, she's busted, but if you're gonna nerf her, at least nerf the units that are not free-to-play. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot more problem units in Arena, and they only nerf Fracking Cleary. Like, was she a problem? Yes, she was OP in Arena. Like, y'all have to admit that if you have a fucking clear, y'all know she was a P. But man, only her. Like, they're talking like, oh, we've seen which ones are being used a lot. They only changed fucking clear. That boggles my mind. But I can see why, and I definitely see where the next meta will be for the Arena. And it's gonna be a lot of like immunity meta. So fucking clear would have just shredded that. She would have made that like, that doesn't even exist but because she got a little bit nerfed, but they didn't even nerf her PvP that much, and that's what we're going to talk about. So the thing they decided to nerf about her was her cooldown on the 3rd skill, and her getting like the extra turn, and it's like, damn, the second one is the big one. The first one, it's like, okay, that's just hits her consistency, and for long battles, she's not going to be as good, and this hurts her PvE a lot. Like the first one, like her PvE is not as good anymore because it's a lot harder for you to get that 3rd skill up, and they took off her 2nd skill to get an extra turn. It's a lower chance and it only goes 50%. That hurts a lot because now she's not going to be that crazy turn making machine, defense breaking. She's gonna be so much more inconsistent. She's actually gonna be a unit for PvP. She still does what she needs to do. Like she's still really good for PvP, but her PvE is what suffers, which is why I don't understand because I thought they were targeting for Arena, but instead they hit her PvE. Yes, her not getting extra turns is nice, so that's gonna be less annoying to deal with the Falcon Artillery. She's still gonna be good because she can still take out a unit out of the battle really easily. They didn't touch her base stats. She's still super fast. She's still gonna be able to do what she was meant to do in Arena. So like they didn't really touch Arena Falcon Artillery. They just really hurt. Like long-term Falconeer, like defense, I guess they nerfed that. But that's not a big nerf to PvP. It's a PvE because now she can't get soul burn as much. She can't get those extra turns, get those defense break, get those strips as consistent as she could before. And it's huge, but you guys should not return her. She's still a really good unit. She's still busted. She's not busted anymore. She's fair now. She's still a really good unit to have. She still does a lot for your team. She's not trash. She's just not as good as she was before. So, yes, it sucks that they only nerfed the only free-to-play PvE busted unit, but, you know, it is what it is. In terms of buffing, they definitely buffed the non-free-to-play units. They mostly nerfed, like, the 4 stars and 5 stars, but they really did deserve it. So, the big ones is Specimen Says. Oh, man. First skill, whatever, you know, more chance to stun. That's scary. Don't get me wrong. But it's the second skill. Now has an AoE chance to stun. That's super scary because now he has self-stun, consistent stun, but the big one is Light Storm. Resetting the cooldown of a skill that just ignores defense, man, this just means if you have someone that can stun consistently, like Maya, or someone that can give him an extra turn, you know, like let's say you have him, Moonlight Araminthia, which has that third skill because they really wanted to push for the AoE stun, auxiliary lots or even regular lots, and now you 2 units are gone, you know, like you can take out 2 units guaranteed super easily, like stupid easy. So really scary unit now, actually like a really good like unit that, you know, I'm happy that they did that because he definitely was trash. So big one. Spectre Tenebra, also a big one for people that have her. I'm not gonna read the specifics, but she's gonna be really scary for arena defense and for things like that. The other big one that I really want to go a little bit more in depth is auxiliary lots because a lot more people do have auxiliary lots. So the first skill, he gets combat readiness, so he's going to be taking more turns. For the second skill, again, he gets increased attack and combat readiness. So they're really pushing for that combat readiness, you know, like not just his ally. And the third skill is like, oh man, before it used to be like a 1-turn silence, now it's a 2-turn silence, which that can be crippling. That's the game. You know, your units can't do anything for 2 turns, essentially. It's almost like a pseudo stun. And unless you have units that have really strong first skills, or like you have someone that has Water's Origin, this is absolutely going to wreck your team. He's going to be such a good arena unit. And this is why I feel like units that can strip buffs and units that have like AoEs, like having, immunity on your units is going to be so important on arena defense, because Moonlight Araminthia, now auxiliary lots, like there's these units that are like crushing AoE effects that if you don't have will, you're really gonna be suffering. These other ones are really good quality of change. There's nothing big. Like it's just like, yes, they're better. So if you see any of your champions, read them more in depth. They definitely gave really good buffs, like overall. The other one that's also really good is Bazaar. So the cooldown has been reduced to like 1, which you may be like, okay, that's not crazy. But they're doing that more for like showing you guys that, hey, Bazaar exists. So now, because there's so many like auxiliary lots in Moonlight Araminthia, so what's going to happen is the people that have them, when they get higher up, everyone's going to like have a Moonlight Araminthia in like Legend Arena. So now having immunity on all of your units, it's like a must-have if you're not going to outspeed. And then it's like, oh, but what if I bring Bazaar? So now it's like, oh man, Bazaar is going to be such a good unit to have now. He's going to become one of those like late game units, like late game units that is going to be insane. Keep an eye out for Bazaar. Another one's like Roman, like anyone that can just strip buffs. The other one, it's like, I didn't know that like she lost focus. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like that's just surprising to me, but that's fine. And the other ones, it's like, okay, he has 7% chance of hitting the. I don't know why that was 95%. The silk one is like whatever. The other ones are like whatever. Cross it again. They're doing a lot of units that are like, hey, these guys exist, and if you have them, they're not trash. Kind of buffs. But the big ones are the ones I mentioned. Now let's talk about the big part of the update. That's like the good quality of life. So this one was more like the arena and like champion base. This is more of like the catalyst, and I already used the system a little bit. So this one, it's like, okay, I hate effect resistance, but it's actually going to be really relevant now for arena. So it's not a trash stat anymore. Critical hit chins, this is huge because there's a lot of units that have that in their awakening. That's a lot more intimidating. So don't return your Falcon Eucliria unless you're only like halfway to building her. I would do it like I did it because I'm never going to build her. But this is just like, okay, that's not the big stuff. The big stuff is over here. The AP Catalyst Exchange Shop. So the Molagora, this is really nice for people that have been playing for a long time and for newcomers because it's so annoying to do that. But now you're thinking, more Molagora? That means I need more Catalyst, right? So that's what they did right here. Now you get guaranteed Catalyst drops. And I'm going to tell you guys, I was farming today. It still sucks. The requirement is pretty high. You have to farm a lot. It's not guaranteed for you to get it in 1 week, but it's definitely so much easier. You don't feel like you're grinding for no reason. It's more like I'm grinding, but I'm grinding towards a purpose. So now it's like, okay, if you really want that one artifact, you can actually get it. It's not like I can't get it. This is so hard. Like I'm never getting these like special alarm goos for my Angelica. It's still gonna take time, but now you get some guaranteed ones, which is like nuts because that means that the longer you play, the more likely you're gonna be getting this. And like as you get Molagora, it just works out really well. It's just a really good quality of life change, and oh man, it's awesome. Powder Knowledge list update. This is probably the best list y'all will see in y'all's life. Sell all the artifacts that are trash because these guys are insane. So Powder Knowledge, that's already awesome. But the big one. There's Rihanna and Lucille, one of the best thief artifacts for like a lot of characters. This is huge for people that have Karens that they want to build a Karen. Rihanna and Lucille is out. Y'all can actually build y'all's Karens. Elvis Ritual Sword, huge, really good for arena knights. Sigurd Side is like really good for farmers. Celestine, really good for healers. Like big, huge one on the 4 stars. Aureus, are you kidding me? Aureus, that thing is OP. That's like the best 4-star artifact there is. Also, Cauldra, like you guys may not know, but Cauldra is really good for mages, like for damage mages. Insanely good. And then Rose Hargana, oh man, like they really went out of their way to give you guys like really good shop items. This update is huge for free-to-play players. Like I think it's one of the best updates for free-to-play players overall. Besides the Falcon Eucliria nerf, this is huge. Like this, it's just like, okay, you don't have to spend money to get Molagora. You don't have to spend money to get those catalysts that get at that energy. You don't have to like spend hella gems to get the artifact you want because all the good ones are there. And it's just really, really, really good. Also being able to get that Molagora just by being able to do it. And it's just, oh man, like all in all, guys, I think this patch was like a really good quality of change. I know we didn't get a lot into the arena. Arena's going to be changed forever. Like they're pushing a certain meta and I can kind of see it. But make sure you'll also take care of like y'all's like free equipment removal and make sure that you guys prioritize the units. So for example, I basically unequipped my Cess because I was like, I'm not using him as much. I just kept a little bit because I still might want to use him for farming. So that's why I kept a lot of it. But units like my Luna and like my Challenger Dummy and Cecilia and all of this, I made really, really big changes to them. And like the units I use a lot because I'm like, I don't use a lot of these other units. Let me make the ones and like move around. So like, for example, my Karen, y'all, video is going to be coming out soon. This is just like a preview. My Karen's not even done. I'm going to make this like plus 15. And when I do, I'm going to show y'all what Karen can do for all y'all haters. Y'all are going to be like, damn, Karen, OP, damn. But all right, guys, that's it for you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe if you made it this far. I really like when people subscribe. I'm a little like, I don't know, I just like it. It makes me happy. It makes my day. I'll make sure to reply to all the comments. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know, guys, what you guys think about the update. Was it trash? Was it good? And if you guys are just excited. But that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.